I'm gonna tell you guys 6 things I've learned just from living in New York for 1 week. I have my sugar-free Red Bull. Shh, not loud, Lori. This is for if you never lived in New York, you think about moving to New York, you think I would never move to New York, or you just want to know like what the heck is I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? I've learned 6 things so far from being here for 1 week. I moved here, I looked at a lot of YouTube videos, asked a lot of friends. Nobody thought to tell me. Now, granted, y'all know I lived in Albany for what, 18, 19 years, and then moved to Savannah from 2009 through 2019. I lived in Savannah. There are big differences between Albany and Savannah, but culturally there wasn't so many differences that I couldn't I wasn't shocked. Like, I was never like, sure, you know. Here I'd be like, it's so different and funny. Like, I find it funny. I have to say, if you're not a person like me, I find everything funny. So it's like, when I say funny, like, I actually looked this up, and the reason why people laugh is mainly because they're shocked. So when I'm shocked, it's just like, I just find it funny. Like, wow. And so I find myself laughing a lot, probably more than I should, because I don't want to offend people, but it's just so funny. So anyways, it's 6 things that I done learned in 1 week. Number 1, being overweight. This is not the city to be overweight. And I say that as a person who is overweight. Like, being overweight here is going to be rough because, of course, in the South, you drive everywhere. You get picked up. Most people, and I know people in the South do ride the bus, and then like if you live in places like Atlanta or other places, you may ride the MARTA train or something. But for the majority of the time, you are using a car. Either you're driving or somebody's picking you up. Here, you're walking, and you're either walking to the bus stop, or you're walking to the doggone subway, or you're walking like what I do up the stairs. I live on the 6th floor with no elevator. The 6th floor with no elevator, okay? So, like, the first day I came, I was going into diabetic shocks, okay? And I'm not even a diabetic. I was going into diabetic shocks because I was like, even now when I come up the stairs, I have to take breaks, okay? No matter, like, the first day I had to take a break and eat a cookie because my sugar was going down. Now, granted, I had to take 2 big 75-pound bags up the stairs, and I had a bag on my back, and I was doing it by myself. But you don't need, I pray, like, you don't want it. You really should. Okay, how do I say this? Being overweight and living in the city you would definitely know you're overweight. You will know you're overweight because doing normal tasks that we don't have to necessarily, like in the South, to go work out, you have to choose to go work out. To go say, I'm gonna go walk, that's a choice. And some people make that choice and some people don't. Some people make that choice regularly and some people don't. But you're mainly going from your car to a building, your car to the store, your car to your house, your car to wherever. Here, you're going from the stove, you walking to the stove, you walking to the house, you walking to the job, you walking to the dig. If you want to go somewhere, or let's say, oh, I'm going to take the train, you got to walk to the train. And God forbid you gotta run. Like, there's been times like the bus is coming, I'm like trying to run, and I have short legs. Like, I have short legs and weight on my body, okay? So me running, my knees hate me right now. My knees, my ankles, my thighs, everything hate me right now because it was like, you didn't prepare us. You've been eating fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, mashed potatoes all this time, and now you want to be running. No. So being overweight, number one, nobody told me that being overweight in New York was gonna cause me an issue. Which brings me to number two, which I already talked about, is walking. You're walking everywhere, and I knew this. You know this in theory, but when it's put into practice, it's like, I'm really walking right now. And like at night, you're walking, during the day you're walking, just to go somewhere. It makes no sense a lot of times to even drive, because like, you know, mainly places that I live in the South, you're in a community of homes. So you may say, oh, I'm gonna walk up the street to the store, but like, you're like literally here. I'm sure if you visited or you've seen it, like your building, at the bottom of your building may be, it may be a restaurant. It may so it's like walking just makes sense. It makes sense, but like if your body not prepared, it's not gonna make sense to your body. Your body is gonna be like, why? What's happening? Number three, all this is tied in, is like, I immediately became health conscious. When I first came here on the weekends, if I have some friends, but I'm not trying to eat a full course meal. Like, I'm not trying to eat a lot. When I lived in the South, going out to eat, I would eat till I was like, you know, woo, that was a lot. I have to walk back home. So I'm not gonna eat all this food and no, I gotta walk back. Here, I'm like, just give me a side, because to eat all this food and to walk back is torture. Like, it's torturous. I'm not gonna be eating all of this food. I curse these bags under my arms. Oh God, I'm disgusted with myself. 4, grocery shopping. I live in Harlem. You don't wanna buy a lot of food. You walking. You're walking home with your groceries. Now, of course, you can always call a car, but that's expensive. You just bought groceries. The first thing that shocked me was, and I'm sure, I know some places do this in the South, you have to bring your own bags. So where I shop at there's no bags. You have to pay a deposit of $25 to get a cart. I have never in my life experienced that before, and it's just so funny. It's funny. All of the carts are chained up, and you have to put $25 in the cart to use a cart. Never experienced that before. I just bust out laughing because makes sense, because everybody there had their own cart. Anytime I see somebody going into any store, whether it's a grocery store, whether it's like a little, like, I guess, bodega type store, or even like if they're going shopping, a lot of times I see people with bags or carts, right? Like, I'm yanking the cart, like, what's wrong with it? And I see it say deposit. I was like, I can't believe it. I gotta put 25 cents to get I go. And then I was so embarrassed because I'm like, am I getting my quarter back? So I like went up to the thing. I was like, hey, I have a silly question. Is there a way to get my quarter back? I went to the 7-Eleven, y'all. I go to get a drink, and I'm like, again, I'm just like, I'm yanking the thing. It's locked. To get a drink is locked. Like, you gotta ask the cashier to open up the glass door to get a drink. I can't believe it. You have to ask somebody, and you want an alcoholic drink, like, you know, they have a 6-pack or whatever, you can just grab however many you want out the 6-pack. You can just grab them out. Who knew, man? Kind of like when you go to the Family Dollar or the Dollar General and they got the detergent locked up. It's like one of them things. So number 5, different people. Very interesting to me to be like in an area. You see somebody and you can think they are like, you know, just your normal, I guess, I don't know, I really don't know what you would call a normal black person, but you would just think, oh, they're gonna talk English just like me. And then they might not be, they may be speaking Spanish, they may be speaking some other dialect. That's always fun to me. Or you see a person, you like, oh, that's a white lady, and then she come out with this accent of something you ain't never even heard before, and you're like, wow, okay, very interesting. So just being around different people, and the way people communicate here is different. The way people interact, I'm always watching that low-key because I'm trying to like understand where I am. Anytime you come into a new area, people interact with each other differently. When I first got here, like the first couple of days, I was so used to people telling me like, be on guard, which I'm never gonna not be on guard, because you know, you can't, as soon as you slow your roll and not be on guard, that's when they get you. Okay, and I'm talking about that's anywhere, north, south, east, west. But I'm saying, like, I was like, okay, I gotta put on this persona, so I'd be like, want nobody to rob me, clearly. I mean, if somebody gonna rob me, they gonna rob me. But I was looking like that, and then people were being so nice to me, like, oh, opening the door for me, hi, like whatever. And I'm like, I felt bad because I'm looking like, so all of that, oh, excuse me, oh, ooh, how you doing? All that extra interaction ain't happening. All those, I've not really seen too much of that. Mainly people are in their own little area. Number 6, access to good and bad. This is a really good one because, okay, you guys know, or you may not know, I have a Christian background, right? I am an active Christian. I believe in Jesus. I believe in living a Christian lifestyle. We ain't even gotta go to all the stuff, but I ain't perfect, all this stuff, because if you got a brain, you know that. The gag is, being here, I'm already noticing in 1 week, like, although you have access to all good and to all bad. So like, even in this little area, I have access to so many awesome churches. Like people, they have programs where they'll come pick you up. They'll give you another program, they'll send you money for Uber. They'll come pick you up, they'll do all types of stuff, they'll feed you, they'll do all types of things, and which is great. Usually that's not a lack of churches. It's not really a thing you find in the South. I remember my church family saying this a lot, and it's really true. It's more like a cultural thing to go to church culturally on a Sunday, and not saying that people don't do it here too, but culturally on a Sunday, going to church is just like a thing you do. It's like brunch. It's like Sunday fun day. It's so much access to stuff to do. Are making a real effort to go because it's so many more things you could be doing. It's so many more things you could be doing with your day. Some more things you could be it's access to all kind of stuff. Whatever your beliefs are and your morals are, it really is a place. New York, I feel like it's really a place to really define your morals and your values, because you can go right or left. Like, you have to be strong in your values because like it's so much offered to you that you don't have to do anything extra to get it. Whatever your value is, whatever that is, it don't have to be a Christian faith value. It could be whatever it is, whatever your values, to really be strong in those, because everybody doing a little bit of everything to do whatever they want to do. So those are the things I'm learning. I'm really enjoying myself. I look at it all as learning experiences. Like, not everything that I'm experiencing necessarily is fun, but if you look at it as learning experiences, then it can be just that. Like, I feel like I'm on a big long episode of the Discovery Channel because it's just very interesting. It's just very interesting. So, choose ye this day which you gonna do. Which one you gonna do? You gonna do good, you gonna do bad. I'm still yet like thinking like okay, so what I'm gonna choose? Am I gonna be doing good things or bad things? Pray your girl's strength, because she gotta do good things, because you know, it's just a lot of temptation out there. You feel me? The amount of good-looking men that I've seen in this week, like, I had to reevaluate my choices. Like, I just gotta really stay grounded, because sis can't be the freak of the week. Thank y'all for listening, and I'll be back with some more updates. Bye.